So I'm going to show you how you can create a new page and add it to the navigation of your personal or your individual website. So the first thing, if there is something that you want to add, is you go to this little Create Page button. So when I hit the Create Page button, there are a couple different options for different types of pages. Most of the time, you're just going to create a web page. Okay? But I'm going to name my page Student Portfolios. So I usually keep it the same web page. Do not change any of this unless you're comfortable already with a sub-page system. Okay? And then I'm just going to click the red button on the top, Create. What it does is it creates the new page for me, and it opens it up in the edit mode, but unlike yesterday, it doesn't know where to put it. It's not having automatic navigation. Okay? So with Student Portfolios, then I could just start editing the page and say, you know, take a look at the great work our students have been doing this year. Okay? Once I'm done editing the page, I can go up to the top right-hand corner and click Save. But now I need to tell my Google site where that link or where that page needs to go. So I go into the More button and I click on the Edit Site Layout. When I edit the site layout, I have this little bar that shows up on the top, and every place that I hover over, I can start editing. So you want to hover over the horizontal navigation and click on it. It will bring up all the pages that are on the site. And if you say as a teacher, I actually don't want parent links, you can click on parent links and this little button and it will remove it. It doesn't actually delete the page, it just deletes the navigation to that somewhere. So parents won't even know that it's a part of your site. Okay? You could always come back and add it later if you want. My suggestion is for pages that you're not sure if you want or not, my teachers just put coming soon. And then the parents, when they get there, they're like, oh, she's maybe working on it or he's working to add it later. It's not something that, you know, I don't want to have. But I just created a page called Student Portfolios. So now I want to click on this little Add a Page button, and it looks through all the pages that I have, and I say, oh, here's my Student Portfolios page, and I click OK. It will add it wherever my cursor was, you know, with the parent links, but I can use these gray buttons on the side to move up and down. But what if I thought that Student Portfolios might be a good drop-down menu under Student Links, so that I could start to get more links on the front page? If you want Student Portfolios as a drop-down, you just indent it once using the gray bar, the gray arrows, and then I click OK. Up in the top, I click Close. Sometimes you have to click Refresh in order for the drop-down to just sort of take effect. But now, under Student Links, Student Portfolios is a drop-down. Okay? Now, what Jack wanted to add was an external website to the OWL Purdue website. Okay? So I could add that in a couple different ways. I might think that the OWL Purdue website is something really good that lives on Student Links. So if I click on Student Links, you'll see that I actually populated this with a few links for you already. They were ones that Tiffany had on her website. If you don't want some of these, oh, it looks like the OWL is already on there. That's easy. I'll just show you how to do it though anyways. But if you don't want some of these student links, you would just click on the pencil button to edit and then delete anything that you wouldn't want. So let's say that you didn't want the Purdue OWL. I'm going to delete it so that I show you how to add it back. Okay? If there is another student link that you want to add, okay, you would type the words. So Purdue OWL. I would go to the Purdue OWL website. So I'm just going to go to a new tab and just do a Google search. When I get to the website, I have to highlight and copy it. Okay, Control-C, right-click and copy. One of my tabs up on the top is going to be Student Links. I highlight the word, click the little chain link button. It's important to know that it's not a Google site page that I'm looking for. If I just pasted the address in here, it won't work. If it's an external site, it has to go into web address, paste, If it is also an external link, I always open it in a new window and click OK. Then up on the top, I click Save. So now you should be able to know how to create a new page and add it to the navigation. And then as an added bonus, what we did is created a new link, a hyperlink off of any of your pages. You can create pages on your Google site that are not necessarily in the navigation. So let's say that under parent links,
is that Purdue all going to automatically be the same bullet point in this format?
I could change that bullet navigation to be that. But right now it looks exactly the way that it has. Yeah. Let's say under parent links, I wanted to have a separate page for testing. Okay? So this is a new way of creating a page that isn't going to be on the navigation. Okay? So if I edit the page, I could say I want to have another website page called testing. It's not going to be up on my navigation anywhere, but I can highlight the word and say I want the word testing to link to a new page called testing. So I use that same hyperlink button, but when it's highlighted, I can create a new page right from within this navigation window. It's almost the same as going to that create new one, but it's going to be all automatically hyperlinked. Create a new page called, and I just paste, oops, I didn't have that. I just paste usually the word testing. Create the page. It will say go to that page, okay. And then in my right corner, I click save. And so now it's not up here in the navigation because I don't think it's important enough to be in there, but it's a new page that I created called testing that they could go to and they could be right here. Okay? If you thought this is actually a sort of interesting use of maybe doing a sub-page of, I could have made parent testing. Well, in here, let me just refresh. It did an old link. I could have had testing a sub-page of parent links, which could have been helpful. That could have been the first place that would have been a good way to do that. I can even change the way that this goes if I go into more, and I could go to move the page, and I could say make it a sub-page of, where are parent links? Let's go to recent changes. I don't even see parent links under here, do you? Oh, I'm moving parent links. Thank you. Testing, let's go to testing. Thank you. More, move page, and I could move it under parent links, and I'll show you how that looks then. So now testing is a sub-page of parent links, and you'll see that there's like a cookie crumb trail then that could bring them back to parent links. If you have a page like testing that you don't like anymore, also from the more menu, you can just delete that page. Okay, so that more menu allows you to, do a couple other things with your Google site.